What a day. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Technical Solutions here with a super quick market update. And yes, although the market did end in the red, it wasn't much of a very active day if you miss like the first 2 hours. In the first 2 hours, you saw the markets go back and retest the same previous highs. I talked about it in today's live trading session where, hey, we were testing the same resistance range that we've been testing all week. No surprise that with no news, there was not enough of a catalyst to push markets even higher. They got rejected and they are literally testing the same previous lows. Let me make this very clear. Markets have been consolidating. Don't get it twisted. This is not a market sell-off. This is not a correction. This is a pullback. It's still trading within range as a common resistance range right around 627 to 630 and a common support range right around 620 to around 615 depending on how oversold it becomes. The great thing about this is that, again, if you respect these levels by being able to either buy low or sell high, or to be able to open up a short at the highs and cover at the lows, there's money to be made on both sides. And like I explained in yesterday's video, my focus today was going to be very simple, making sure that because of the lack of direction, markets have not been incredibly bullish or bearish this week. So because of how much consolidation there has been, I knew that it was going to be a day that I needed to scalp to make money. And that's exactly how the day played out. So the first thing that I want to show you guys is a loss that I took on Irene. This was an overbought reversal that literally just kept pushing higher, higher, and higher. This is a great example of an overbought stock can continue to run if and proven that there is no actual change of direction. On the 5-minute time frame, you can see that it's very clear. There was no break of structure. It was a strong ascending uptrend pattern. And the thing that I did differently today that I don't always do, and again, I want to use myself as an example, is that when this stock began to become overbought and I opened up a short, meaning I would make money if it sells off, but it kept pushing up higher. Instead of adding more to the position, I just reduced or cut losses. So I wasn't afraid of taking the risk, but I wasn't naive to add more to it when it was just the losing trade. So I started off small, and when it went against me, I just closed it off. Again, there's many days like this that can really lead to a very unfortunate day because all you're doing is you're fighting the trend. So I cut it out very quickly on Irene and I moved on. Coreweave was a banger of a trade for me. I walked away with $6,000. I still have a slight position open, and I'm going to carry this over the weekend. I'm going to share with you why in just a little bit. I only have 300 shares left, so I really reduced my position because, again, this thing is still showing signs of it being bullish, but it's 300 shares short. So I'm up around $5,900 to $6,000 on Coreweave, and I played both sides. I went long and I went short. The really cool thing about this is that if you look at how Coreweave has been trading, it has been bullish and direction is in favor of the bulls. So again, it doesn't really make sense to short, but the risk to reward is so favorable that I'm like, okay, well, with 300 shares, it's a small position. It's about $30,000. I can manage that. And even if it goes against me, even if it pushes up 10%, again, it's not going to devastate me. I can manage it. And worst case scenario, again, I'm going to be okay. So I'm not just thinking about the best. I'm also thinking about the worst. But if it does go according to plan, obviously it's not going to be a home run of a trade with only $30,000 behind it. But if it does begin to retrace, a common support range is right around 75, 25% of potential downside. So risk to reward ratios, again, definitely in my favor, but direction is not. And that's the one thing that I want to talk about. Because and how Coreweave is trading, it reminds me a lot of Oklo on how it was trading a few days ago. Oklo ran up, became incredibly overbought. It was a previously very hyped up stock that returned to being bearish. So it ran up. It has these quick little runs. These are speculative companies, and then they quickly retrace and correct themselves. They don't always go back to the same previous lows, but they definitely do correct. That is what I see. And again, I can be completely wrong, but that is what I see setting up with Coreweave. Coreweave is running up. It's a bearish stock, very speculative, and it has a lot of downside potential. And in this case, 20 to 25%, which is why I'm comfortable taking a short, but only with a fraction of what I would day trade it with. Today, my trades run anywhere from around 100,000 to 150,000 when I was shorting Coreweave. But when it comes down to a swing trade, it comes at a greater form of risk because you carry the position overnight and anything can happen overnight. So I respect that risk by sizing down. Position size management, just like we talk in the LPP lesson library. So again, 300 share shorts. We'll follow up with this on Tuesday because the market is closed on Monday in observance to Martin Luther King birthday. With that being said, look at this choppiness. So you either loved MSTR today or you hated it. And I actually stopped trading MSTR kind of early after the second retest of the resistance range at 173. So this is a great example for people that tell you that technicals don't matter, support and resistance means nothing. I agree in some cases. Technicals are not everything, but when there is no fundamentals in place and markets are just consolidating, technicals can be very useful because by understanding very simple concepts, support and resistance, a common resistance range where it gets rejected, I can open up short and then take profits at a common support range. By being able to identify these common support and resistance levels, I can actually make money as the stock sells off by shorting 2.5%. I can make money by going long, by going long at a potential support 2.2%. And then again, it ends up getting rejected. You wait for confirmation and then you add more to that short, 1.7 to about 2%. I only shorted this stock twice. I went long on it once to my understanding and I walked away with $3,100 and I just opened a 300 share short position at these overbought levels. I love shorting MSTR. I'm doing it with a smaller dollar amount. It's only $52,000 and I'm okay with holding that position over the weekend. Do I think that it needs to sell off? No. But am I willing to take the risk? Of course. MSTR in comparison has a common support range of 155, currently trading at right around 173. It can rip up, which is again a reason that again I'm not going all in with my position. I'm not shorting it with $200,000, $300,000 and carrying that position over the weekend. I'm not that confident, but I like the setup. I like the risk to reward ratios, and I like my downside potential for the short, which is why I'm okay with taking that 300 share short position. And I'm up around $3,100 to $3,200 on the day. So around $3,200 on the day on MSTR, made $6,000 on Coreweave, and then I lost $400 to $500 on Irene. Overall, I'm very happy with how the day played out, and especially based off of looking at the NASDAQ market where after the 2.5 hours since the market opened, markets literally just traded sideways. During days like today, you either love it or hate it. If you don't like days where markets consolidate, set alerts and move on. If you could see, look at my alerts. I set an alert for the break below 620 and set an alert for the break above 623 because that's where I saw the support and resistance range. I wanted to see if we saw a break of range, a break of structure, and we never got that today. So just wanted to recap my day, not because it was perfect, but because I worked with what the market was giving me. I feel like I worked really well with the market today, and that's not always my experience. There are days where, just like I talked to you about my first mistake, I have a terrible day because all I do is I add more to a losing trade, and then I have a terrible day when all I needed to do was keep it simple, cut my losers quick, and accept that direction is not in my favor because the trend is my friend, right? Very simple mistakes can lead to very hefty losses. Other than that, wanted to make sure that you guys were also aware that breaking news, President Trump releases a statement on Iran. I greatly respect the fact that all scheduled hangings, which were to take place yesterday, over 800 of them, have been canceled by the leadership of Iran. Thank you. So supposedly it seems like Iran is now working with and acknowledging the threat of the U.S. And if they do continue attacking their civilians, then that's where the U.S. can get involved. Again, a lot of things to look forward to next week. The tensions between Iran and how that can lead to more uncertainty. Trump targeting Fed Chair Jerome Powell and the criminal investigation. Trump's tariffs that are still supposed to be voted on, and with what's going on in Venezuela. So we'll make sure that we do our part in keeping you guys up to date. All we literally ask you to do is drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you feel like we earned it. Also, do not forget, if you're and when you're ever ready to join our LPP team, I want to remind you, I trade live every single morning. You heard me talk about them. They get access to our daily live sessions, meaning that you literally get to watch me trade live every morning. You get access to the A to Z video lesson library, and you get access to the private group chat. LPP 3.0, it's a one-time payment, lifetime access. If you click that second link right now, you'll get $300 off. Whenever you're ready, again, that link will be provided for you. Second link in the description down below. I appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.